Theme song. Stardate 478. The Lotus sits quiet among the blackness of the stars. Nearby, of course, the SCS moving on up. And various trades are going back and forth between the two ships in a concert of activity that seems to be bubbling just beneath the surface, just beneath the hulls of these ships. In fact, I have asked for 330 waters to be transferred over to the Lotus so that we can spin up some food production and start getting better results out of our fighters on this ship. A lot left to do, but things are humming and people are starting to move over. We need to finish these rooms here today. Probably get another solar panel in there or two, and then get our tech area finished, as well as build 2 new shuttle hangars. And one of the things helping us do that is the fact that we have just released from their slumber all of our... Should we switch those around? I mean, I know I like seeing the entrances, but it's faster to get to... I got distracted. But we have released all of our slumbering people, which gives us, yes, more mouths to feed, but also frees up a pretty hefty amount of supplies, I would say. Let's say produce if less than something on this, just to get these done here. Oh, these are 5 and 9, so I'm going to stop these and disassemble this so I can get some infra blocks back. There is an absolute hum of activity going on as all the water is being brought over. I think if we... What do we have for ice? We have 19 ice cubes, so we might as well keep that for now. But we're going to start to dismantle and then remantle all the things over on the other ship. So let's have Wednesday here, enjoying her coffee break. Let's draft her and bring her over here and free Aurelia from her slumber. Oh, I preemptively pulled her off of the work, but we'll get that. There we go. All right, and let's free Samantha. Aurelia shakes it off, feeling a little weird. And then heads back to work. Find some oh, Samantha. Okay, now Aurelia, standing there for a while, Samantha goes straight for the coffee break that she always wanted. She's been wanting that since before she even went in there to sleep. So we'll dismantle both of those items. These we can start dismantling soon. We probably don't even have any Hyperium. We have very little Energium to use or to speak of here. So we definitely need to get things moved over here. This is a much more efficient ship. The wiring is... It looks a lot greener than on my previous vessels, so I would argue that this is one of my better designs. I might want to think about power redundancy in this area, or maybe feeding it to some batteries, and making sure that this space here... in some of my other ships on the live stream, we've created a power conduit, a power corridor, so that power here is being sapped only for the industrial area and not, like, taking away... you know, drawing power from everything else, because this does look a little bit like it'll become a choke point for all these other generators if I'm not careful. I think batteries alone should help. I think batteries will be the way to go with this. And then, of course, making sure there's spacesuit lockers nearby for the eventual fires that these things will cause. I think also maybe preemptively keeping the vents closed? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's a necessary idea. However, one thing is for certain, sitting around is going to be a problem. We cannot simply sit around. We have to get moving. So, over on this ship, I have a water purifier, chemical refinery, and a recycler. It might be nice to get more recyclers, I don't know. But what we need are energy refineries. So our various refineries are kind of the top priority. So we'll get an energy refinery in here. And for now... I don't know if we can get anything else in there that's 2x. If we did that, what else could we put there? I'm trying to think of something that's, like, narrow. Something like that, of course, would be good there, but we already have a spot for that. We could put some more... if we put the energy refinery like this, we could get a few other little devices in there, but I think let's go energy refinery like this. And the advanced assembler across from it, like so. This little spot could also have some 1-bys, so that's okay. We would like to get some more storage in here as well. Resources, composters would be good. A metal refinery, microweaver, not so important. And the optronics. Optronics is actually fairly important because we'll be using that frequently. I think I would like to think. If I put that like this, though, that would end up freeing a fair amount of space. Or I could do something like this over here. So we've got our optronics components thing there. And then I believe we... Okay, so do we have an advanced assembler? That's our advanced assembler. So we need a regular old assembler, which is a pretty dinky little piece of hardware. I think, if I'm not mistaken... Yeah, perfect. We can get a row of composters here. We can get a tools facility, like, right there. And then why don't we put a... where is it here? Oh, I just saw it. Nope, that's a CO2 producer. I'm looking for a life support element, the gas scrubber. We'll put a gas scrubber right there. So very little storage. I think this area is going to have to be storage, and this will be our sort of like trade deck, rather than our you know, just like a wide open sort of like greeting area for people. I think we can get a large storage here. Good. Now we can't get one here, but what are you linked up to? Can we not move you one over? Looks like we can, but we'll lose that light. And that's just simply a matter of the measurements being off by a little bit. So we can either put a robot bay there, or we can put a couple of small storages back to back. But I think that's going to be okay. So we have our optronics fabricator, assembler, advanced assembler, and an energy refinery, all in this little space that used to be our massive med bay, which I was really excited about. But you know, you don't always get what you want. Again, we don't need the micro weaver, and I think they've since altered it, so we don't really need... There used to be an electronics component fabricator, but they've put that all together now. So we don't need all of that. So this is feeling much better. So we're going to do that, and to get those pieces, we will order our these assemblers to be dismantled, and I believe we can dismantle these. What do they have in them? So they're doing some alien corpses, so we can just kind of like let those go for a second here. And you're empty there. So we'll leave that last one going, but that'll give us the resources we need to build some composters over here. I believe we can get 1, 2, 3, and a fourth one. Yes, perfect. Okay. I have a sneaking suspicion I'm missing something, but I hope I'm not. I guess that was my only thing I could say there. I hope I'm not. Here's hoping I'm not. Good luck, me. Do we have any spots where we can sneak some lights in? Again, something I'm super looking forward to. Hopefully it doesn't break our saves, but I'm looking forward to the next update. Alpha 13, which will bring about the advent of... there we go, that's good. It'll bring about the advent of in-floor lighting, something that I just cannot... I keep thinking about it. I'm so excited for it. In-floor lighting is going to be so good. Hopefully we can place things like at least doors and stuff over it. We don't really need... Oh, you know what we didn't get in here is the metal refinery. So what we could do is make it a... You know, every so often we take out the advanced refiner. No, we can't. We have to... This is quite a substantial piece of tech here. It would cost us several of these recyclers, which I argue are more valuable to us. We don't have even a lot of... noble metals with which to refine. But again, Istvan made a very good point, and that is, I could extend the wall here, right down to here, and not have this back hallway. So then when you walk down this hallway, you walk right into the engine room, and then this hallway here is just simply, you know, not necessary. And I think we should at least hear him out. We should at least hear out Istvan's concept and see what we think of it. So let's, you know, we're doing it is what I'm saying. However, these placements are leaving much to be desired right now. But I think I could even move these. What are you connected to right now? If I move you one over, you no longer connect up to this floor node. So that's probably the problem. To keep you connected to that floor node, I need to do something like this. Okay, well, what about this then? What if the wall continued on this way? Let's dismantle these. I think we're going to try Istvan's idea. However, we do have this that we need to solve, which is a row of... And we can put some power nodes and some floor nodes in right there, I think. Or some full-on power nodes. Power nodes would be better to put in there. But right now, these are somewhat redundant because of the floor nodes that supply these engines here. We could actually just dismantle these, and it won't cause too much of a problem. So let's dismantle all that. And these lights, these walls. What is that? The delete key, is it? Yeah, it's still the delete key. Good. And let's try the Istvan method of organizing this ship. So we're going to wall the rest of this off and expand our technical bay by 2, giving people some weird sort of thin access, if you will, to the engineering bay back here. Now, if we do this right, though, what we could end up finding ourselves is another spot for this power node. Or we could move these doors. Let's move these doors 1 up so we can move these doors 1 up as well. That's what we're going to do. Delete that and that. And this. And this. Okay, there. They have their work cut out for them, so let's make sure we send a bunch of them over to help out. I'm letting this stuff get built because I think it might still work the way it's currently set up. But now they have done an excellent job, so it's time for us to do an excellent job as well and prep for the eventual space that I'm going to build here. So those doors are kind of kitty corner to each other, very tight in that sense. We'll bring these across like this. Maybe we can get some windows in here, but I don't feel that it's going to be very necessary. We're going to dismantle these walls here. And yes, of course, we still do need to power everything here, so we have to think about that in our design as well. However, I'm starting to think that maybe all this stuff could move down here, and that gives us another place to sleep, because Lord knows we're going to need it. We've got this nice little area here, but that's not going to be enough to sleep the rest of the crew when I'm trying to go for, like, these luxury beds over here. And then, of course, the offices. Plenty to get done, so let's keep focused on this design here. So I think we could get a metal refinery in here now permanently, which is really great. So let's put that on its side, though. And then we could have our recycler also on its side, or right next to it. That's kind of tight, but that works. Then let's have composters. Now what I think we can do is we could create compost row like this, where you have a space in between so they can get to them. Then we do something like this. Then I think that leaves us a bit of room for some storage. It fits perfectly. The only thing that's not going to fit very well in here is going to be... That's a lot of recyclers. I don't know if we need that many composters. I mean, we'll have a lot of biomatter from all the pooping and all the growing, but I'm just not sure if that's that necessary. Because really, what I'd also like to do is get the chemical refinery and the water purifier in here. What else do we have in here? Not much else. There's just general things like a tools facility, which I think we have here. And we also need to power it. Let's not forget that. So let's think here. Let's get our power nodes back in. Wherever they can go here. They really don't think they can... Wait. What? What do you mean no? Okay, well, that's... Okay. I mean, that, you know, that kind of works. It's a little bit out of the way. It's a little bit kind of in the middle there, which is a little silly, but I don't know. Maybe that works. Okay. Now, let's delete this guy and see if we can't get the chemical refinery in there. I think the chemical refinery is kind of big, though. But if it fits, it fits. And it kind of looks like it doesn't fit there, but it does fit. Oh, I really thought it was going to fit right there. Is there anywhere? Oh, that looked kind of like it would fit right there. So let's get this. Let's get these. We don't need a hallway in between those. Don't be silly. Let's do our chemical refinery back like so. Composters here. Here and here. Then another composter right there. And I think that there is still the ability to walk around everything, potentially. Yes. So it's, I mean, it's not ideal. It's very tight quarters. It doesn't look great. But it is actually fitting everything, almost everything. Let's get this. Oh, so I guess we can actually move that. We don't need to build a new one. So let's move this guy down to here. This is a weird view, so I'm going to want to turn this off pretty soon here. Like right now. There we go. Yeah, it looks like everyone's going to be able to cross in between there. That one storage bay is going to become a hive of activity, though, so I don't think we'll be able to keep that just with the one bay for too long. And then the water refinery fits there perfectly. Oh, it's perfect. The only thing that's not perfect about this is the eventual fires that will rip through this ship if this thing ever catches fire. We're also going to want some lighting here. And it appears that Nisman has seen the light of day and has decided to join us. Now, Nisman has Gunner 3, Construction 3, 62% accuracy, plus 15 once we get him fed better. I think we need to put him on one of our shooty teams. And Gerard Butler, if I'm not mistaken, is really... He's not the hero we thought he was. Let's just say that. So Team 3 is now going to be Gabby, Nisman, Denkarian, and Joaquim Phoenix. So Gabby, where's Joaquin? Joaquim Phoenix, Denkarian, and Nisman are now going to be Team 3. Where is Nisman? There he is. Welcome aboard, Team 3. Now, Nisman, let's go over there and make sure that you are with the rest of the shooty team, which I have moved over to the Lotus. There we are, sir. There we are. So we'll get him over there. We'll get him a firearm. I think we have... I haven't made a barracks just yet, but I was thinking it would be like this room here, so we'll have to get that built. But this is looking really good. This lamp here will light up the way a little bit, and if we can get one more in, that would just be delightful. But it looks like that area is pretty packed. Looks like that area is basically maximum packed. You know, which is fine. It looks pretty dicey in here, though. I can't imagine ever wanting to be sent to work in here. I think we can get another light in there. And that's going to be it for lighting. 1, 2, and 3 lights in that space right there. But I think that I'm pretty happy with how this is turning out so far. This is looking like a very highly built out storage area and or resource area. So let's get a large storage here. And I'd love to put another one here, but again, we need that light there, I believe. We could put one here. But let's at least just put 2 small storages, and that does get us 100 storage right there, plus 250, plus another 250 here. So that's not bad. It's definitely turned this into more of a trading and activity dock, and it's turned this into just sort of a empty, quiet corridor, I think. But it's looking very good. We've got some human corpses here. We'll get those recycled ASAP. Our med bay is now fully done and ready to go, and I think we'll go with just a standard, just for now at least, unless we come up with a better idea. We'll just go with a nice standard room with some soft, weird padded flooring in there. And walls-wise, again, I'm sure by the time Alpha 13 comes out, we are going to see some truly majestic walls, but for right now, this is our med bay in here. And... we need floor lighting. Once we get floor lighting, this whole world is going to change. But I think if we move this over to here, we can put a window here and provide a little bit more light. And I think the people will thank me for that. So let's get that done. And let's take a look at our map here and figure out where we're headed to next. So to give you a sense of where we are, we're just up north in a sort of an uncontrolled system here. We'll head down into the safety of this system before... it says we've been here, and I guess we have, but... I can't remember. My memory is just getting so empty these days. So I think we'll come down here to the safe system, cruise through that fairly quickly, and then I think we need to talk about, do we make war with the cult? The cult is a different cult. I know that in our streams we talk about being our own cult, and maybe I like that. And maybe I want to be a cult. Maybe we take the cultists on. And so then as we move through here, of course, we will have to take down the entire slavers system, and that will bring the Lotus... and the rest of this galaxy peace. Once we have achieved that, of course. Now, on the Lotus, do we have... What kind of infra blocks do we have? We have no infra blocks on the Lotus, and several on the moving on up. So we can't build out the rest of our food stuffs just yet, but if we keep disassembling things, we will surely get their resources sent over eventually. Hold that composting finish. And then we'll get that done. Might as well dismantle one of these. That gives us 2 infra blocks. So we'll dismantle one of those. And we have Zing Zing who's waiting to go somewhere. Let's see what the military have to trade. Maybe they want Zing Zing. They haven't said anything, though, so I assume they're not looking for Zing Zing. On board the Lotus, we have 10,000 doubloons, but I clicked the wrong thing. We don't really need those. just yet, but we are running low on these. So we better buy a 10 stack of these, some water probably, and some energium. Let's just do that purchase. That was a lot of money. That was a lot of space doubloons, but don't worry, we'll do something else to get some trade done here. Let's get 4 of these energy crystals and a bunch of this water. And what can we sell them? What do they like? They like, that is held in decent value. It's not enough to make our money back, though. Why don't we send them some plastic? There we are. That'll get us some profit back, however minimal. And then the, moving on up, we'll do some trading here, too. So let's send them, oh, I don't want to really send them a meal, but we can send them a bunch of these, maybe. Oh, they don't have the money yet. Okay, we got to wait till those trades are concluded, and then we'll ask for our money back with another trade. All right, this area has been processed, so we can delete these walls here and put a window there, which will hopefully bring in a bit more light into our med bay. But it's definitely looking a lot nicer in here now. Quite happy with how the med bay turned out in the end and what it's done to this whole area. I mean, look at this thing. And I believe it connected to this one and to this one. We could also connect it down to this floor node just for, I don't know, just for fun, I guess. But now we have a powered, and not even that dark, construction area. I like this. Let's get it a little more Spartan looking, a little more nasty looking. And get those floors. They should be something different than the rest of the space around them. So they just look a little bit, I mean, yeah, that's okay for now. We'll just leave that. It's bright, so I don't hate that. Really, I wish we had more room there, but I guess we can't because that's the recycler. So let's get some recycle tasks up, continuous, and what our customs logistics priority on highest. We'll have to set up all our orders again to make sure that this little engineering bay meets all the demands of this ship. But I think it's time to spool up the engines once all our shuttles are docked and move on in search of some new resources. But before that, I got to trade for all this money back, so I'm just setting up a bunch of garbage trades to get rid of some stuff, which will help ease our load a little bit. But also, I've noticed that the Hyperium hyperfuel, which is always stuck at the top in terms of its value, has moved way down. Look at that, only 34 doubloons. I guess there's a dearth? Is that the word to use? There's a lot of it right now in the universe, so it's not fetching as high a price as, say, an energy cell and food, which I will not be selling. But we'll sell this shotgun and this Quantronics component. It's always spicy to sell the Quantronics component, though, because they are useful. So is all this ammunition, but hey, we got to sell something at this point. With the trades complete, now we jump to space in search of resources and adventure. We've explored a good chunk of this, actually we haven't really explored a good chunk of this area, so I guess we have to drop in, and we would be a fool not to collect any of these items like this ice. And it looks like we could, yeah, we can just go up and around here, so we better drop in now and get this ice. In the meantime, maybe it's time to think about what the captain's quarters looks like. I desperately want the Captain Annie, to have her quarters. She's earned it. Now, the captain's quarters will not, unfortunately, have a window. I wish that she could have had a window, but you can't have everything you want, right? So what I'd love to do here is get a table for her so that she can have meetings and stuff like that. And a washroom would be nice if possible. Doesn't look like it's going to be 100% possible because I was also hoping to have like an area where, like a barracks, basically. So unless I do, I could move this wall. Let's see, what does this look like? If I do something like this, or no, even smaller. So let's get rid of this, and let's put in a door like right here. And then let's delete this and make this Captain Annie's quarters. I think we can do this. So obviously I've locked that door. She'll gain entry through here. Because I was seeing a lot of people using this as a way to get into their post, and I certainly don't want that to happen. So we're gonna go table. Let's have a table. Oh, I think we can put a table like right here and here or something. Yeah, we're going to give her a desk. Oh, this is going to be awesome. We're going to give her a desk right here. We'll get rid of that. Get rid of that door. Put in a bathroom here. Okay, this is going to look great. I love this. Okay. And, of course, we have to, light it up quite nicely. But I really want somebody to get this door, please. Samantha, where's Samantha? Can you come and deal with this this piece of wall here? Now, one thing we're going to have to do, though, is... where's my comfort rating? Because there is going to be, I think... Yeah, there's a bit of bleed from the oxygen generator in that spot. So let's put I think the bed should go here. Because, again, this isn't, meant to be a commonly accessible bathroom. Even though I think it will be, because there's no way to, like, specifically reserve things. Although, what is the bleed of discomfort like? It doesn't even get through the walls, I don't think. Okay, because they are quite uncomfortable. But what we could even do is, like, mirror that so it's even further away from that wall. Then we're going to give her, next to her bed, a bedside table. And a chair there like that. Then she could also have a chair here and here. Like so. And I still think this leaves her room to have this nice desk area right here. I can't wait to give her this desk. Obviously, I want them to release the desks that actually exist in the game. I think we should give her a jukebox so she can, listen to music as well. And then we also need to make sure that this thing is well lit. So let's do that here, here. We can get one here. One in here, of course, and here. There we go. That's what I was asking for, finally. So we can wall that off like so. She could have a window. Where's that fire? You know what? Honestly, that doesn't seem like a great fire. I'm going to order that ice thing to be dismantled. But yeah, that got dealt with faster than I thought it was going to, if I'm being honest. All right, so the captain's quarters here. Okay, can somebody be assigned to do this? Samantha, again. I don't know where Samantha... They look like they're having an issue in here. But I know that can't be the case. I know that's unlocked. Is there no way to get by? Let's take a look here. Edit. No, wait. That would be in our... Yeah, you should be able to get by. So I'm not sure what's happening here. Let's draft these people and bring them over there. Okay. Undraft them. I'm not sure what's going on there. We're going to have to keep an eye on them being taken to a place to go sleep. So I'm not sure what that's all about. But here we have... our final chair. There we have. So this is the captain's quarters. A very wasteful room on board this ship, of course, but I think it's worth it. And here as well, I would love to do... I'm not sure. We might do a small room here, but I think that what we could do here is create a sort of ready room, if you will. What does that look like? I mean, that's cool, right? It's not very useful. I'll put a door in there as well. Oh, no, we don't want to put a door in there because they might end up, going through this door, and then into here to get to... I want them to use this hallway is what I'm saying. Jedediah seems a little bit lost, but I think there's a lot of people idling because there's not a tremendous amount of... Look at this massive crew. There's not a tremendous amount of work to be done on this ship, so creating people's schedules is going to be tricky. It's going to be very important that we work hard on sort of scheduling everybody out. Really like this meeting room here. I just don't know if it's... I mean, we'll build it for now. Here's what I'm saying about that. We're going to build it for now, and we're going to see. I do think I need... I mean, we have this area now for another barracks. And then this area here could hold our weapons and maybe some other things. Not really sure yet what it could hold. Leave a comment down below if you have an idea of what it can hold. But, I mean, this is already kind of looking like it's headed in the right direction. Let's jump back to warp again, as the ice in this sector is now all mined out. Stardate 480. We pop out of space with this legendary cult ship. Look at these things. Such a spindly looking ship. It looks like it would actually be very tough to take. You'd have to board here and walk and fight your way all the way to what I assume is the front deck of the ship there. But once we got this Lotus fully up and running, oh boy, will they have a lot to look forward to in terms of us destroying them. I do think I want to make war with the cultists. Maybe just not yet, though. But we won't tell them that that's in their future yet. Let's see what we can trade. Obviously, we always want to get the energy rods. And let's get that energium and some water off of them. But the question becomes, what else do they have? I could really go for some soft blocks, but it doesn't look like they have any of that. Captain Owen, the captain of the Moving On Up, releases the final person from their slumber, old Kathy. Maybe she doesn't like being called old, but regardless, she is now free from her slumber and ready to help us out. Things are starting to fall a little quieter on board this ship. As fewer and fewer people, there's a veritable skeleton crew left to do anything on board the ship, which does mean I believe that we can start thinking about dismantling some of these extra things. Like maybe we don't need quite so many chairs and tables. So the more of those we dismantle, the more that we'll be able to send over to help out on the other ship. If I dismantle that, what do I get? A soft block and well, yeah, because there's already one med bed left. And it looks like there's enough to sleep everybody if as long as the shifts are staggered, which it appears they are. So I'm going to dismantle that bed as well to get us just a few more precious soft blocks, those that we were unable to trade for. In the meantime, I've set up a lot of my orders here. So these compost bins have less than 20 biomatter, but in most cases it's less than 50 biomatter. They're going to be recycling the biomatter. That will normally not be a problem. Right now it is. Because we don't have a lot of biomatter because we're feeding everybody algae. But pretty soon we're going to start speeding up food production. I don't know why I haven't started yet. I'm nervous, I think, is the main reason. So this is built here. We're going to set this up with a biomatter less than compost, if more than 50, rather, not less than. Human meat, just forever. Monster corpses, of course, and human corpses will do all that. The SCS Moving On Up is also very well mass supported by this point, so I'm going to dismantle this engine, which will give us back some crucial components, and we're going to get rid of the recycler that's over here as well. I think we should just start moving trash and stuff over. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but I think it's time to say goodbye to this ship, the SCS Moving On Up. I mean, it's going to take another episode or two really to get all this stuff over there, but I do think that we are close to the time at which we'd want to start thinking about what it's like to put this little guy to sleep. Well, that sounded really sad. Let's move over a bunch more hyperfuel. I wish there was a shift click, but there is not yet a shift click functionality with the game where we can transfer a block of 10 at a time, but that's all right. Send over all those hull blocks and all of that. Let's send over all of those infra blocks as well. And let's stop there. We'll send that ice over. We'll stop there, those, just so that they can, that we don't overwhelm the logistics too much. Who's unable to sleep? Gerard Butler is having a go of it. Now, there's something going on here that I'm not sure what's happening. Open. There's something stopping people from traveling, and I don't know what it is. Normal, open, locked. Yeah, nobody's using this path to get out. If I draft you, though... Well, what in the heck is... Yeah, there is a clear path. So, somebody needs to explain that to me. I think it's because they just want to use that. So what if I do this? What if I don't even allow them to use it? Alright, so we'll open these for now. But, like, what if I dismantle these... Because they're causing people to stop moving. It's causing people to freak out. So I think if I dismantle these and just put them in as walls, we might get a better result from our pathfinding. I just don't want people to use them as hallways, that's all. These are not hallway accesses to the bridge. So it looks like the first thing they decided to build was the meeting room, which makes me think that that they really wanted the meeting room. So that was a little bit of a weird sort of path bug, but it looks like things are... moving along swimmingly now. Critically low resources, Hyperium and hull block, yes, as usual, but we stopped here to get a little bit of that gold. We're definitely kind of in a moment of just picking up anything we can now to make sure we have what we need. It's Stardate 481, and if we have warped in near a derelict vessel, which we will want to go and take a look at. So I think, who's the most... Team 3... seems to be the most ready to do this, except I do know that I think we still haven't gotten Nisman a firearm. So we're going to need to find one of those pretty quick here and get him one. I don't know if there are any on board the Lotus at all, though. There's a shotgun somewhere. If only we could find out where it was. Then we could give it to Nisman. And then I think once we have that to him, we better go take a look at what this derelict vessel is holding for us. Our away mission is headed over to the vessel. However, there is a solar flare incoming, so I'm not sure how great of an idea it is going to be to stick around. But we do have some decent shields. Only 2 on this ship, which I think we maybe need more. But hopefully that'll last. And I've noticed that there is some fibers, so I think I might actually buy these fibers, even though it's quite expensive, quite an expensive ask to buy these. But I think we'll actually sell off some of our meat, which is a terrible idea, but I just kind of want to get those, build a micro weaver if I can, and continue building, because some of the soft blocks are the things holding us back right now. So I just want to get a few things done, although I might need to build a micro weaver. Oh, we need a soft block to build a microweaver? Well, ain't that a surprise. The away team is boarding the ship. So far, not much sign of anything. Joachim, Gabby, and Denkarion don't really take too kindly to Nisman, but we will see if Nibson earns his stripes today. They tell Nisman to go off and explore the back engine section of the ship while they move forward. Truly a very irresponsible thing to do, but hey, that's how they're hazing him, I guess. Nisman pops the door and uses his shotgun on some spiders. Nisman is definitely a little frightened with what he's seeing, but it's not like the rest of the team is faring any better. All right, there is apparently a way to dodge these, and I still haven't figured it out yet. Okay, so once they charge, we take Denkarion and move them. No, see, it didn't seem to work, but Nisman rejoins the clash and helps dispatch one of the haulers before they're able to get much more damage. Joachim is actually taking quite a lot of damage and needs to be very careful. And who does he retreat behind? The protection of Nisman. So I'd say that Nisman has earned his stripes today, showing that he can be counted on when things get a little spicy. And Joachim, it looks like, is going to be our the first person to use the Lotus's med bay. So we'll undraft them. We've explored it now, and it looks like it has a decent haul on it. Yeah, it's not terrible. We need to get things, select all. We need to get things off it pretty fast if we're going to want anything out of it. So we'll bring all of this stuff over, except for maybe the infra scrap. I think we have a lot of that. So we'll get that going, but in the meantime, I do believe that we have a doctor on board here who probably needs to be sent over there, over to the main ship to help out. I could have sworn I saw him. There he is, Dr. Thumbs. So Dr. Thumbs, we need to find Dr. Thumbs and send him over there because there are patients inbound, and he's the best doctor for the scenario. We finally found some soft blocks and a good price for our hyperfuel. So this has turned around and become a very profitable purchase for us. We might as well also grab these energy rods and some water while we're at it. But that's going to let us get this area finished quite nicely. And again, like, I'm not sure if that was the best use of our space there. And maybe, at least for now, let's put a gun locker in here. I'm not sure what else we're going to put in here, but at least let's get a gun locker in there. And maybe it's a barracks. Maybe it's a barracks for future use, but all I know is we need to think about what we're going to do with this space. And feel free to roast me for being really bad at using space, because that's not great. I've seen better. It just, for some reason, it's just that because it fit, I just wanted to use it. That's why. So give you a nice warm carpet in there. No, I kind of want it to be like a green, maybe. Or a blue. The blue, the unfortunate thing is that the blue kind of matches the... What about that? That's that's like tile. I don't think there's another carpety vibe. Is there? Not really. Oh, that's kind of okay, though. If we did that in a blue. It just doesn't look very inviting. What about a light blue there? Yeah, we can't have it be the same color as the as that. But we could also change the walls. Maybe that'll help with the color. I don't hate it, but the blue is being used everywhere else. Although we should change that to conform to that. So let's do something like this. There we go. So like, I don't know, maybe that's kind of nice. No, it looks like a sort of a beach. It looks like a blue, but maybe that's what she wants. Maybe Captain Annie wants that. But no, I think we got to go with walls. I think we got to go with this one because sometimes there's little shelves, and there used to be books, but I think they took those away, sadly. And then the floors are just not doing it for us. They're just looking a little sickly. So let's at least give them some nice, a nice green floor in there. So that's the captain's quarters, and they're looking pretty good. The solar flare hits and fires break out all over the ship. People are running this way and that, trying to put it out. But again, we have a fairly idle crew, so there's not a lot going on. However, a lot of repairs are going to be needed to get these things back up and running. Meanwhile, the small crew is finding it very hard to make this expansive space an area that they can control. But I do believe there's a gas scrubber over here, so eventually the airflow will be helped once they put these fires out. But yes, even though we had shields, we just, it's tough. You know, regardless of what you do, it's going to be a problem. But let's make sure that we go into our hazardous gases here, and let's close these vents to this space to control that a little bit. Maybe we need to build a gas scrubber in here. But yes, this, you know, I find it does happen. Sometimes people make fun of me because I think for some reason it maybe happens to others more often than it happens to me, but not really sure. Now, what was Denkarion's? Denkarion has, I mean, he's doing okay, but that definitely bummed him out, what just happened. There is a gas scrubber in this closet over here, so we want to keep all that open. We might even need a vent to get around here because I don't think we have a gas scrubber anywhere else in this area. That's sort of an oversight. We should have a gas scrubber at least up in this area, and I think we should build another one, at least, you know, here for now, and get that going, and then get this repaired as well. Because if we can't, if we can't de-scrub this atmosphere quicker, you know, the med bay, then that's going to be a big problem. Our fleet moves on. Now, there are some derelict vessels, like this one we could go out and, you know, try to find, and then we could see what this star is, but I just feel like at this juncture, it's going to be a waste of time. The best case scenario is that it's going to have something like, you know, 7 meals on it or something, and that would be a good day, but we have bigger fish to fry. Like, for instance, maybe we could drop in using the nebula. The nebula is going to be rough for both of us, but we could drop in on this slave vessel and give them a round or two of the business. It's actually a very small ship, so really they should just give up when faced with us, but as the nebula takes all of our shields down, we will prepare to take all of them down. So we're going to draft and board, and let's actually see what an absolute, you know, what would you call it? An absolute, I think we have Shooty Team 4. Yes, we do. Let us see what an absolute evil empire, friggin' Darth Vader boarding it looks like if we go with all 4 of our vessels. So weapons fire is already going, and they are underway. The Slavers Guild is attempting to escape, and they were successful. So it looks like the chase is on, only this time everybody's going to get into their shuttles and be ready as we catch up. Oh, Craft's left behind. Okay, get back on board. I said, as we catch up. Crew on board. 21. Okay, who are we waiting for? Where is everybody? Is it just not counting the fact that we have... Who am I missing? Is it just not counting the fact that they're on there? I think we'll be fine. And so we give chase to the slavers. The evasion is successful, and they move on again. They are definitely running, but they won't be able to run from us for too much longer, and we drop out of warp right on top of them. And now I want to see what it looks like when an absolute Death Star of killers arrives on their doorstep. The shields are going back up on both of our vessels, which I hope means that they will not jump quite as quickly. There's only one spot to board, so this is going to be an absolute feast of destruction. Unfortunately, one of the teams didn't have their entire complement. They jumped again. Oh no, they jumped again. Okay, we gotta chase them down. That's it. Now this is business now. We drop out of warp this time again, but because our shields are all down, everyone's shields are down, I'm expecting them to... Wait, hang on. Ceasefire. Confirm ceasefire, yes. I propose a ceasefire. Martin accepts the ceasefire. There we go. So that, they think, is going to give them a chance to get their shields up, as it will ours. But really, what I'm trying to do is my nightmare empire boarding, where all of my stormtroopers crowd onto the ship and take them for all they're worth. I mean, listen, am I betraying their trust? A little bit. But are they slavers? Yes. And... never mind, because they're jumping again. Oh, you guys are slippery fish. We drop out again and attempt to hail them. We hail them and ask for a ceasefire. We confirm the ceasefire and they accept. I think their shields are too low and maybe there's just nothing to do in this area, but they are probably also terrified of us. Can I shift click all this? Yes, I can. Beautiful. There we are. So we'll be careful, and once I see their engines are spooling up again, we'll have to get out of the way just in case. But it looks like this time we will be able to board them, so that's good, because this has been taking a long time. Now, I do believe there is a way that we can dock just outside, apparently, and just, like, drop people out into space. That might be a bit of a spicy boarding, but let's at least try it. This would be much more exciting if we were under fire, but... Okay, no, we can't, but we could dock. Maybe right... I think we just have to dock. I think we just have to dock and go. So we're going to dock here and prepare to declare our spicy war on them. The first team in, of course, is, I believe, Shooty Team 4. This is, of course, going to declare war on them, but that's all right. We knew that was going to happen, and we were ready for it. And we board more stormtroopers. They are firing on us quite aggressively, and we'll need to be ready to move at a moment's notice. Team 4 heads out just as Team 1 comes in. And maybe, can we free this person? We're going to try to free that person. And we're going to try to board another vessel here and get our entire team boarded. Samantha goes and tries to free this person, but she is basically ignoring us. That's all right. The stormtroopers are boarding nonetheless. And this is the kind of thing... Now, imagine being under more duress. And imagine this being a larger ship that poses a bigger threat. But this is exactly the kind of thing that the Lotus will be doing throughout the rest of the galaxy. Team 2 now moves in. They are refusing to even show up and fight us. They are just terrified of the sheer number of people. Never mind, they're not. Derek wanted to fight, apparently. Derek's will for fighting is quickly, I would say, waylaid. We're going to send Team 2 in here now, and Team 4 is also going to go into this area. Team 1 stays behind to join up with the rest of the crew here. Team 3 will move forward and take this area. Careful, Vaughn. That was a bit of a spicy move. So this whole team is going to move forward into taking that area of the ship, the one of the control panels, control rooms, I suppose. I'm not seeing any engines spooling up, so we're good on that end. Our stormtroopers continue to burst through this pirate vessel. Oh, it looks like the control room is over here. Okay, that's fine. So we'll move forward like this and get ready to storm them. So let's have you guys go through here, and then you guys are going to go through here. There we are. Oh my goodness. It's a veritable bloodbath. I'm not sure why they aren't still working on killing us, or... Okay, Martin didn't even stand a chance. Doriana still there, trying to, I guess, call some other slavers. The absolute bloodbath. How many hit points does this desk have? How is she still sitting there? We are absolutely unloading on her. There we go. She moves. Okay, I believe we now have their vessel. Doriana is not going to make it, so we'll at least accept her surrender. And she will probably not make it back to our ship. We get 1,300 credits out of this. We're going to be taking them all prisoner, though. So we won't be getting that money, but we will be getting the rest of their ship, and we will pick it apart. This, unfortunately, is how we are going to survive in this new world. We have too many people. Too many people. Actually, let's keep this one drafted. We have too many people here on board this ship to sit around trading with everyone and hoping for the best. No, we are going to become, hopefully not super evil. Captain Annie does fear that we are sliding into a more evil state, that we are becoming a little more hesitant, should I say, to keep prisoners. Where are you guys going? Where do they think they're going? Okay, follow us, please. Follow Axel. Something that I always believe is... Okay, Martin, we'll deal with Martin in a second, but we're going to get these folks on board there, and we're going to have Aura talk to and free Jesse. Undraft this vessel here and send those prisoners back to their home. In the meantime, Jesse has been freed. Folks, this is exactly what life is going to be like now under Captain Annie's rule. She has her own room, although for some reason, I'm noticing it says bad environment. Let's put, where's Captain Annie? There she is. Her bed. So I think I'm wrong maybe about the wall thing. I'm going to try dismantling this. I have unbuilt and rebuilt this twice now, and it just says bad environment something. I'm not sure what, though. Maybe there's just not enough O2 getting around there, but it seems like somewhat nominal. The CO2 is, I guess, a little high. It's not terrible, though. So I'm not really sure. Water vapor, low, but that's not a problem. Hazardous gases, no problems. So yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there, but apparently this this thing is not going to work. Sorry, but I'm just got the hiccups now, apparently. So I'm going to maybe, instead of having them, having the captain go through which I really wanted her to be kind of commanding this area, we'll just have her go through a doorway here, and we'll get rid of this door so people don't use it as a thoroughfare, if you will. So we'll see if that solves our problem. Yeah, see, it already seems to have, or something. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure what's going on there. We'll keep an eye on it, though. Maybe we could just lock this door for now. I don't know. Something like that. Yeah, see, it's taken away that, so I think that was just too far of a walk or something, maybe? I'm not sure what that was all about, but we'll put a door in here, and Captain Annie now has her own office. And we have our own ship that we've taken over here. Now, that is a much better haul. Much better than, you know, hoping for the best, right? We're going to transfer... Oh, excuse me. We're going to transfer everything over to the Lotus. And I'd say it's another fine day in the Lotus. We're going to get all this scrap off of it. Not the hull scrap just yet, but we'll get the rest of that because we're going to need all of it, and we're going to move that all over to the Lotus, please and thank you. A lot got done today on this ship, and it is now a hum with activity. They will take themselves over and process themselves in the new prison as soon as I set up the permissions. Whoops. Okay, we'll set up those permissions now so that they have a space to go, and they are welcomed into their first... They are the first prisoners welcomed into this space. And let's let them have this area as well. Set prison area. It doesn't want me to set it. Oh, that's weird. Clear prison area. Okay. Things have gone a little weird. There we go. Okay, well, I don't know what that was about, but there we go. So we've set them a little prison area. What are these? Why are these locked? I'm not sure what that was all about. Yeah, we certainly don't want those locked, because now we have our... Okay, Kathy, get out of there. Kathy likes sleeping with the prisoners, but Kathy's a little weird like that. So we'll get all those folks in there, and it looks like Frank and a couple others are definitely making use of our state-of-the-art medical facility. Yes, truly, things are starting to make sense, I guess, here on the Lotus. It's starting to feel like this place just might be home. Excellent work, Wednesday. Keep Derek alive so that we can sell him off for stuff, or compost him for water, or let him join the team of the SCS Lotus. I hope you found this to be some truly solid content. We have some more work to do on this ship and more conquests to do as this thing becomes its true destiny, which is a warbird in the next few episodes. Watch us take on the galaxy. There it is again. Okay, so that's a temperature problem. Okay, so we can fix that. And there's nothing left to say except for, I assume we will see you all in the next video of Space Haven and the adventures of Captain Annie.